The King and Queen Consort stepping out to the sounds of a traditional Yorkshire brass band and a warm welcome, seen in public for the first time since news of a new title for Camilla. One confirmed, cemented and celebrated on this coronation invitation, sent on behalf of Their Majesties King Charles III and Queen Camilla.
Princess Anne's new title has finally brought her into the spotlight. For years there has been speculation about the monarchy's future, not just its structure, but the evolving roles of its members.
Joining us now with more on the future of the monarchy is, what do you think Prince William is feeling at this moment? Do you think he's feeling the weight that I'm next?
With Anne stepping into a significant position and Camilla acquiring a new title, the kingdom has entered an era of change, redefining royal traditions and expectations. What led to these unprecedented roles and titles? And what does it mean for Camilla, who currently holds the title of Queen Consort? Join us as we unveil the events surrounding Queen Camilla giving her royal title to Princess Anne and shocking everyone, proclaiming a new queen. As the sun began to set and gave an almost ethereal golden light over the famous Buckingham Palace, it caught the attention of the crowd gathered along the Mall, waiting to buzz with excitement within minutes. Union Jack flags fluttered, but conversations percolated. Suddenly, upon that grand opening of doors on the balcony, silence erupted into that best crowd before King Charles III stepped in to address the nation. It was reported that solemnly spoken words declared the king's blessings to announce that his sister, Princess Anne, would henceforth be named the Queen. This proclamation took the crowd by surprise, and then gasps of astonishment, followed by the tide of whispers moving through the throng. The world audience watching the live broadcast caught the same gasp of this unprecedented proclamation. Observers have noted that leaving the throne to promote Princess Anne has spurred great general interest and vigorous discussion about the reasons behind such an enigmatic and dramatic act, with speculation on quiet deliberations in the royal family, acknowledgement of Anne's loyalty and hard work, or some other numberless rationalizations. For Princess Anne, who many may have thought was hardworking,
there's a reason Princess Anne is referred to as the hardest-working royal. In addition to being involved with more than 300 charities, she carries out more events than any other royal.
Yet quiet in dealing with the world, rather than spending time basking in the limelight associated with the privileged life of a royal, the new role seemed destined to create a dramatic break in public life, chance to get into the limelight in a way few would have anticipated. What were the unknowns that could have contributed to such a strange event? The princess with a no-nonsense attitude. Time and again, we have witnessed the monarchy all over the globe, built up over centuries of history and tradition, serve very well as scenes for dazzling sibling rivalries, intense public scrutiny, and multiple personal difficulties. For King Charles, it is no average drama, being thrown frequently into the glaring spotlight as the eldest son of the late Queen Elizabeth II. Princess Anne is leading a regal life within the family, but doing her duties with some understated dignity. Having that no-nonsense attitude and single-minded devotion to royal duty would construct a distinctive role in the monarchy for Princess Anne that is rarely seen in the public eye. Princess Anne does not bask in glamour like some of her high-profile relatives, but her immense activity and devotion to her job behind the scenes are not lost to those watching closely. Of these fresh reports, King Charles may be re-evaluating the entire royal hierarchy. Camilla has done a good job as Queen Consort, but King Charles realizes the institution needed an image makeover for the current generation. Princess Anne falls into that. Her grounded demeanor and strong work ethic are the modern royal archetype that will bring new energy to this institution. Everyone is ready to witness a change, and the impending news has generated ripples among royal watchers and the general public alike. Some hashtags like Queen Anne and Crowning Moment have flown, making it clear that a sizable audience appears ready to grasp this possibility of Princess Anne in a new hand, marked with higher prominence within the monarchy. Most true fans acclaim Anne's bravery and practical approach to dealing with things, but naysayers have voiced their concerns about whether she will make a good queen. Anyway, is it possible for Princess Anne to fulfill the quality of being charismatic, along with being practical, just like Camilla? The Queen's unique roles. Camilla became Queen Consort on September 8, 2022.
In a moment, we'll see the coronation of the Queen. Queen Consort Camilla about to be crowned.
Following the end of Queen Elizabeth II, when her husband ascended the throne as King Charles III. 2 days later, on September 10, 2022, Camilla joined the Accession Council, where Charles was officially announced as king. She was part of this core event with her stepson, Prince William, cementing her place in the new royal structure. While settling into her new position as a Queen Consort, Camilla reformed an ancient institution of a lady-in-waiting. In November 2022, she modified the role and called it the Queen's Friend. This paramedical role was hoped to be more relaxed and less obliging, wherein the Queen's companions are to assist her in an official capacity, without having to answer letters or schedules every day. It was regarded as a move geared at modernizing the royal family household, and hence for any royal work to be done more practically. Nonetheless, activities outside the palace stopped for Camilla in February 2023, as she remained absent following Buckingham Palace's announcement that she had contracted COVID-19, prompting the cancellation of various engagements. Cinderella was back at the balls as much of her duties remained, including bearing her coronet next to King Charles III on May 6th during a spectacular ceremony held at Westminster Abbey that was aired to millions of people around the globe. By being inducted into the Order of the Thistle, the highest chivalric order of Scotland, Camilla re-emphasized her place in the royal family in June 2023. The following month, she joined Charles for a Thanksgiving service at St. Giles's Cathedral in Edinburgh, where he received the honours of Scotland during a special commemorative event. Around this time, she was also reported as not being given a parliamentary annuity like her predecessor, Prince Philip. Her official activities will instead be funded through the sovereign grant, and will, hence, underscore the more modern approach towards the role. The couple has not been idle, even within the international arena. Their first foreign tour as monarchs was in March 2023, during which they made a historic visit to Germany, the first of many such trips.
And indeed, within the last few minutes, his plane has landed in Berlin. He's on board that flight along with the Queen Consort Camilla for what is his first state visit abroad as monarch.
King Charles would make from then onwards. A few months later, in September and October 2023, the couple undertook their culminating 2 additional state visits to France and Kenya. The successive visits re-emphasized an interest and engagement in matters of diplomacy and affairs of the Commonwealth. In November 2023, the wife of Charles supported him during his first state opening of Parliament as an active reigning monarch. The year 2024 came, and the king was diagnosed with cancer. Camilla assumed additional roles and responsibilities and would occasionally represent him in essential functions. She stepped in for the king during the Commonwealth Day service at Westminster Abbey and the Royal Maundy service at Worcester Cathedral. She also made history by becoming the first consort to hand out the commemorative coins on that day. Her involvement during the time of Charles's ill health would later prove critical in her reign as Queen Consort, for it showed her versatility and commitment to performing royal duties. In June 2024, Camilla and Charles headed to Normandy to attend the commemorations of D-Day, which were held for its 80th anniversary, even more emphasizing the scope of her involvement in international and historical events. This engagement would underscore Camilla's growing role as a representation of continuity and stability within the British monarchy during times of difficulty for her husband. However, how will she connect and end the struggle between her and the Queen Consort? Princess Anne and Queen Camilla. Right from the early days when Queen Camilla was wedded to King Charles III in 2005, reports said that her sister-in-law, Princess Anne, wasn't warm towards her. Many assumed then that Anne's coldness resulted from disapproval of Camilla's inclusion into the royal family, especially regarding the past surrounding Charles, Camilla, and the late Princess Diana. However, unlike 2 decades ago, when Anne had been reluctant to speak about Camilla as a queen, decades later, she had given a candid statement as to how the former has managed to fit into the substantial shoes of a queen. In another of the most recent 90-minute films created to celebrate his inaugural year by King Charles III, the royal family was put under a camera for the very first time. Close-up images of the royals' dance rehearsals before the coronation of King Charles were presented by the picture, and relatives' expectations of each other turned out to be more candid than hoped. Additionally, one of the most shocking instances was that of open appraisal by Princess Anne about Camilla's reign as queen. This sounded authoritative, considering what she had achieved in royal service, particularly her earlier freighted displeasure about Charles's ideas of a more compact monarchy. On the subject of Camilla's role as a queen, Anne admitted that it was out of character for her sister-in-law, but he had no choice but to respect Camilla for how she took up the role. "I have known her for a long time here and there," stated Anne. "Her grasp of the position and the distinctions from the king herself has been remarkable. This position is not a role one would imagine her doing, but she does it quite well." True to her down-to-earth character, Anne pointed out that, while Camilla may not have necessarily been made for this role from birth, her capacity to fit into the role and provide the much-needed backing to the king has been awe-inspiring. Moreover, Anne commended Camilla for giving a change of speed and tone within the monarchy, appreciating that such a thesis is as significant as worrying about the primary obligations of the crown. Queen Camilla greatly appreciated Anne's rare public approval. Appreciated as one of the most dutiful and prominent members in the context of the royal family, Anne's support emphasizes Camilla's performance in such a role, which was under heavy focus right after she became the queen. However, what public perceptions may shift after Anne approves Camilla? The initial controversial reception. The marriage of Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, with Charles, Prince of Wales, was a cohesive issue among the members of the royal family. This was further buttressed by the visible dissent from principal key figures, prominent of whom was Queen Elizabeth II, who didn't bother to attend the civil ceremony, a clear sign of the existing rift. The event drummed heavy history, and the bride was not friendly and embraced by some members of the family, particularly Princess Anne. Body language expert Judy James has revealed that post-wedding moments had those subtle strains. He mentioned that the body language of the whole family was even frostier than that of the Queen and Prince Philip, who made sure to remain further away from the couple when taking pictures of the wedding steps and any other photo opportunities. James explained to Express that during the poses after the wedding, the Queen and Philip chose to stand back and away from the couple on the steps, which resulted in no happy family photographs being taken. He noted that while the physical distance might have seemed minor, it hinted at a more profound emotional discomfort, where disapproval was palpable. He pointed out that Anne, in particular, stood out as being quite frosty, not attempting to conceal her displeasure. He described her stiff posture and refusal to make eye contact, suggesting that the cheers from the crowd celebrating the couple did not contribute to a happy day for her. Anne's inhibitions regarding a newly inducted royal family member were not a first. Even Diana, the people's princess, who often clashed with the family's rigid rules, was subjected to the cutting edge of Anne. Not so long ago, E! News reported that Diana was of no interest to Anne as her press activities annoyed her. Anne, who had a strong sense of responsibility and could not tolerate the show-off ways of the press, was displeased with introducing the Diana type of approach within the royal family. This same mindset was the starting point of her feelings towards Camilla. Anne's reserved attitudes towards Diana and Camilla can be explained by her much more restrained view of monarchy and the attending royal obligations. For Anne, the crown comes first, and for a very long time she has clearly understood what it means to serve. Therefore, her focus does not waver. It is her understanding that royal life involves a lot of changes that could have contributed to her unwillingness to readily accept Camilla, who had an already known controversial relationship with Charles. Anne's coolness toward Camilla was likely informed by the belief that she was not cut out for the rigorous demands of royalty. With time, especially as Camilla showed dedication to her husband and the royal family, Anne's formerly detached stance toward Camilla began to improve. Still, even when Camilla's presence promised positive change from the beginning, is there any unwillingness to accept a new reality? The title, Queen.
And with the crown that was made for Queen Mary back in 1911, Queen Camilla will be crowned.
The modern-day camaraderie enjoyed by Princess Anne and Queen Camilla is more than simply the result of a few favorable years or events. Its foundation rests on several long-hedged principles that have shaped the two royal women for years. However, quite recently, particularly after the coronation held on May 6, 2023, it is reported that such frictions came back with a bang, especially concerning Queen Camilla's title. It was made public by the Queen's mother herself before her end of life that since the coronation of Camilla, she would take on the title of Queen Consort. However, after the ceremony, she started referring to herself and was referred to by others as a queen, without distinguishing the term consort that precedes it. This noticeable but minor detail didn't go down well with Anne, who got Camilla to explain herself on the matter. David Emanuel, who used to make dresses for Princess Diana, claims Anne made her opinions known after the coronation during a dinner party. He recalled her telling Camilla plainly, "You're not queen, you're the Queen Consort," which suggested she did not like the change in designation. This clearing of the air, as it were, underlined Princess Anne's respect for her late mother's practical royal etiquette and the respect for royal titles. Still, it appeared to create tension that Anne was among the few members of the family who would speak of her displeasure regarding the advancement from the title Queen Consort to that of a queen as something that seemed effortless with the coming of Queen Elizabeth's end. This clash illustrated Anne's views regarding the monarchy, which are somewhat old-fashioned, coupled with her desire to protect the image of the mother she lost, the late Queen Elizabeth II. Though Camilla's usage of the word queen may sound trivial to an outsider, it is a title that comes with a heavy burden of meaning in the structure of the British royal family, which is all about titles, ranks, and legacies. That is why Anne advocates for Elizabeth's observance of the directions and no more deviating, which reminds her of her compulsive adherence to the procedure, which makes her uneasy about any such departure. The crowning of Camilla, with the Queen Consort title, integrated any remaining stigma attached to Camilla's status as a senior member of the royal family, and completed her. But this also illustrates that some family rifts have yet to close completely. Anne, who tends to be the quieter but still traditional about how royal duty and decorum should be practiced, seems uncomfortable with Camilla's plans to assume the title of queen. Both publicly and presumably behind the scenes, are there other ongoing debates about royal titles and their implications? The Queen's new title. In a remarkable and ceremonial ceremony, Princess Anne conferred a title on Queen Camilla, thus writing another chapter in the royal tradition and family roles sponsored by events like this significant one. Given Anne's hallowed stature in the royal house, Queen Camilla favors this particular pronouncement. Just recently, Queen Camilla received an honorary doctorate in literature from the University of London. Princess Anne, who is Chancellor of the university, presented the honor roll indicative of her devotion to higher education and cultural enrichment, with the award ceremony marking the university's foundation day, the anniversary of its establishment in 1836, and its continuing contribution of more than 170 years to the world of learning. In a particularly touching moment during a ceremony, Queen Camilla kneeled before Princess Anne to receive the honor, underlining the more excellent occasion. Such action hints at temporarily reversing the hierarchy of the royal family, while demonstrating a deeper, more profound recognition of the importance of the academic accomplishments being brought to light. The honorary doctorate was awarded to Queen Camilla for her nearly 20 years of passionate commitment to making literature reach its importance. So much has her advocacy as patron of different literary charities fallen upon society. In addition to her advocacy, she opened an online reading club, the Queen's Reading Room, which sought to foster a love of reading among the readership. Through that, she could mingle with literature enthusiasts and contribute further to the written word, suggesting her commitment to the literary community. Again, in what other ways have Princess Anne and Queen Camilla managed their relationship with each other over time? Mutual respect over the years. Even though there were many ups and downs in both personal and professional relationships, there were funny episodes between Queen Camilla and Princess Anne. For example, during the 2019 Christmas Day church service of the royal family, both women coincidentally wore amazing purple-themed dresses. When they approached each other at the church, Camilla saw that they were wearing the same dress, and she elbowed and pushed Anne in surprise in a show of rare public comradely affection, and joked about it. Both laughed out, which many royal watchers noted. Also, body language expert Judy James commented on the joyousness of the situation and the moment, especially concerning Anne, whose public appearances are primarily severe and unforgiving. James explained, "It was with Anna, who was royal, who made this smile noteworthy because, with anybody else, it would have been a non-event. The smile and laughter were unusual for Anne, but such warmth was fully expected of any other royal. This is not to say that the amusing moments are the entire story. In the lighter moments, the impact created by royal protocol and the shared history of the two individuals becomes evident. As the Queen's mother passed on, King Charles III took his place as the reigning monarch. And since Camilla was crowned as the Queen Consort, things have also changed regarding hierarchy and etiquette, regarding who bows down or curtsies to whom. According to page 6, if you meet the king, you bow or courtesy, and say, "Your Majesty," before changing it for "Sir" every time after that period, reported the publisher. Now that Camilla is a Queen Consort, she does not have to bow down to other royal family members, including Princess Anne. However, as a sign of respect, she may still offer a courtesy to other royal heads. Yet this isn't as straightforward as it seems. Royal ranking has long been governed by tradition. In 2005, A deviation in the order of precedence was brought about by Queen Elizabeth II, arguably at the instigation of Princess Anne and Princess Alexandra. Hello. Magazine and Daily Mail claim a rule called Precedence of the Royal Family to be observed at court, which examined the status of born princesses such as Anne over the status of married princesses, for example, Camilla. This shift in the order was motivated by context, which explained this change. Anne's long-standing loyalty, who as a royal worked very hard all her life, and reportedly did not want to stoop to a person whom she deemed an intruder to the royal customs. While the royal family's customs were altered with changes over the years, for some members of the public and the royal family, including Anne herself, adapting to the change is not negotiable. It was an open secret that after her wedding to Charles in 2005, Camilla was not the most popular member of the family, and so was Anne towards Camilla. Camilla, in particular, was very cold towards Princess Anne and made no bones that she would not be curtsying to her, a former courtier revealed to the Daily Mail. That said, following the monarch's order and emphasizing the husband's role likely contributed to her initial rejection of Camilla. Notwithstanding these unspoken tensions, the episode of the Christmas service proves that at least to some degree, the two women have managed to build bridges. In keeping with this, Anne has come to appreciate Camilla's ability to assume her position with poise and mirth. On the other hand, both women have established an understanding rather than a bond due to their performances as royals. Do you think the future of the monarchy hangs delicately on restructuring the royal family's roles? And should a queen be relatable or embody glamour? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.